What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. Not too long ago, I just recently did my 10 favorite anime movies of all time. It features, different animated studio films like, from Disney to DreamWorks. I decided to do a top 10 video of just Disney anime movies. That's not from Pixar because I meant Pixar animation. I like keep it separate from my. I know they're still both from Disney, but there's just so many Disney films, that I've enjoyed. I always like keeping it a little separate from each other. Definitely when Toy Story 4 comes out, I'm gonna probably do my 10 favorite Pixar movies, but right now I'm just gonna do straight Disney anime films. So that being said, here's my top 10 list. Coming in at number 10 will be Lady and the Tramp. I mean, this movie is such a cute film. Come on, romance film about dogs fall in love. What can you top? How can you top that? The spaghetti scene is always a classic. I mean, never actually tried that at home, kids. I mean, the spaghetti and meatball thing that never really works with humans. But yeah, I mean, Lady and Tramp is just wonderful. It has some endearing characters. The Siamese cats are pretty funny. I know lots of people call those characters racist and all that, but I really dig. I've always dug those cats. They were weird, but pretty cute little cats. Yeah, I just love Lady and Tramp. I cannot wait for that live action Lady and Tramp movie coming to the Disney streaming service next year with Tessa Thompson, and I can't wait for that. Coming in at number 9 will be Peter Pan. Of course, the movie about boy who doesn't want to grow up, and of course, is in Neverland, the place where kids never grow up. I mean, amazing characters. You got Tinkerbell, Captain Hook, the Lost Boys, Wendy, some really good characters. And who doesn't love that battle scene between Peter Pan and Captain Hook? That's iconic. Peter Pan is just such a good movie. I mean, it's of course based on the classic book, and Peter Pan, the anime film, that movie still holds up today. Since then we've of course had other incarnations of Peter Pans, whether you talk about Hook or the recent Hugh Jackman one. But I will always have a soft spot for the anime one. Coming in at number 8, I'm not gonna lie, number 8 is Frozen. I remember when I first heard about Frozen, I was like, okay, this could be another Disney princess film that could be interesting. I simply love this film. I mean, I really did not. I mean, I expected to really like it. I did not expect it to love it as much as it did. I really dug, the songs in it. I mean, "Let It Go" that's going to go down in history as an iconic song. I mean, Frozen is just amazing. It of course won the Oscar for Best Anime Feature and Best Original Song. Well deserved too. Idina Menzel, who's of course did the voice of Elsa and sang "Let It Snow," she has a perfect voice for that role, and of course you have Josh Gad as Olaf, Kristen Bell as Anna. It's an amazing movie, and also I cannot wait for Frozen 2, which comes out next November. Kind of something they waited this long to do a Frozen sequel, but all right. Coming in at number 7 will be Disney Animation's first feature film, believe it or not, and that will be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's a fantastic one. Seven Dwarfs, I mean, Grumpy, Sneezy, Dopey, such iconic characters. Of course, the kiss scene is iconic. The evil, the evil witch, the witch with the poisonous apple. Who doesn't love Snow White? Like I said, it was actually Disney Animation's first full-length feature film, and this movie got released in 1938, and it's still iconic. I mean, kids today will, eventually dress up as characters from Snow White. And yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is it's really cute. It's charming. There is some, sad parts in it, but it's definitely an amazing one. All right. Coming in at number 6 will be Wreck-It Ralph. I love Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, it's just wonderful. Of course, Wreck-It Ralph 2 comes out this Wednesday. I mean, Wreck-It Ralph had some iconic game characters in it. Whether you talk about Sonic, loads of other characters throughout. I mean, Wreck-It Ralph is it's definitely one of my, if I was to do my 10 favorite anime movies of this decade, Wreck-It Ralph would probably be a little higher. But if I'm doing my favorite Disney anime movies of all time, Wreck-It Ralph is in the right spot. And it's a shame this movie did not win Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. It lost out to Brave. But Wreck-It Ralph is still amazing. It's definitely one of the best anime movies of this decade. And Sarah Silverman as the voice role of Vanellope is really good. John C. Reilly as the role of Ralph is awesome. I mean, it's not every day you see a movie about where a bad guy wants to mainly be good, and it really worked, All right. Coming in at number 5 is Beauty and the Beast. This movie is iconic. It's the first anime movie to be nominated for Best Picture. That's for stars. It has some amazing songs like Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I mean, it's just iconic, About a princess and a beast who falls in love with each other. That's just amazing, to be honest, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Beauty and the Beast is just great. And the live action one with Emma Watson, that was pretty good too. But yeah, if you guys still haven't seen the anime Beauty and the Beast yet, still by now, it's a really good one. It's a classic. It came out in 1991, and the movie still holds up today. All right. Coming in at number 4 will be Aladdin. Now, of course, Disney is doing the live action one with Will Smith. The anime one, which got released in 1992, it's iconic. Robert Williams as the voice of the genie is just great, It also has some really good songs like A Friend Like Me. I almost forgot the name of the song at first. It has the Friend Like Me song. It has some really iconic songs here, and it's really beautiful. Jafar's a really good villain. Of course, you got Princess Jasmine, Aladdin, the parrot, the monkey, of course, the genie. Such good characters, and it's an amazing one. Oh, and I also can't wait for that Aladdin one with Will Smith. To change subject, how awesome did that teaser trailer look? But anyway. Alright, coming in at number 3, I already had this in my favorite anime movies of all time. Number 3 is The Jungle Book. I already talked about this in the animated list. Jungle Book is just incredible. I always love the animation in it. Baloo the bear is the best. King Louie is amazing. Such a fantastic one. And of course, the Jon Favreau one's good too, but the original anime one is where it's at. Coming in at number 2 is Pinocchio. Now, of course, I also added this in my favorite anime movies of all time list. Pinocchio is the best. I mean, a puppet who's wants to be a real life boy. Amazing story. Geppetto is an interesting character. I mean, he's just a lonely guy who decides to make a puppet, and then the puppet becomes real, and automatically wants to be a real boy. Of course, you got the Blue Fairy, Jiminy Cricket, the cat, and the fox. Some iconic characters are in this, and yeah, I just love Pinocchio. Got released in 1940, and I think the movie still holds up today. It's definitely a really good one. All right, and coming in at number one is no surprise. Number one is The Lion King. Now, this is also my favorite anime movies of all time list. The Lion King is just iconic. It's definitely one of the greatest anime movies of all time. It's of course Am I Dumb Now, by the way. I just love the songs in this. I mean, Scar is a really good and scary villain that's just perfect. Timon and Pumbaa are scene stealers. And Elton John does really good with the music in this, by the way. I can't say enough. I love Lion King. And I'm counting down the days till we see that Jon Favreau Lion King film. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my 10 favorite non-Pixar Disney animated movies. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Lady and the Tramp. 9, Peter Pan. 8, Frozen. 7, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. 6, Wreck-It Ralph. 5, Beauty and the Beast. 4, Aladdin. 3, The Jungle Book. 2, Pinocchio. 1, The Lion King. Now, there's a few other ones I could have added. Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. Let's see. Tangled is pretty good. Boat, by the way, the one with the dog movie with John Travolta and Miley Cyrus. That movie doesn't get much praise, but it's actually really solid. Let's see. I think that's all. Let me leave it to you guys. What are your favorite Disney anime movies of all time? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Tom Sells signing off.